All right, you guys, for Ticket TV live streams, like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. Let's get into this video, man. I want to talk about this, man. Shouts out to the LDBC. Look, man, the Spurs, bro. Man, bro. They the real deal, man. Bro, the Spurs are the real effing deal. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I knew they was going to make a jump this year, but I didn't think the jump was going to be like this. Um, but the Spurs are crazy good, man, and they're playing well. They're well coached. Um, Wemby, man, bro, just the MVP path that he's on this year, man. The way he's playing, bro. I mean, you talk about 27, 18, 6 assists, 5 blocks, bro. That's crazy, bro. And the biggest thing about Wemby is he's cut all those threes he shot down. You know, I think in those conversations he had with Kevin Garnett and the people over the summer, he cut all those threes he was shooting out of his game. He was shooting down there 10, 9, 8, 9, close to 10 threes some games last year. He's cut that down, man. And his production has went crazy. His aggressiveness is out of this world. And this guy is just next level, uh, great, man. And hopefully he could just stay healthy. But the San Antonio Spurs are real, man. Bro, I'm looking at their growth, man. I mean, damn, bro. This is just crazy work, bro. How great they are, man. And think that Pop missed out on this as far as the growth and this year being able to take this type of jump, man. It's kind of sad because Pop wanted this. He wanted to probably get another one. You know what I'm saying? So I know he's probably saddened about that. But to sit back and be able to watch, bro, this shit is crazy, bro. The San Antonio Spurs, man. They the real deal. Hollywood Hearn, what's good, baby? They the real deal, man. I'm gonna tell you something, man. They even realer than what I thought. Stephen Cassle is a monster, bro. He's a monster. He's coming, bro. Listen, that boy come out of UConn last year. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking. Then this year he just takes the jump, bro. Uh, the Spurs can win a lot of games this season, bro. Right now in the West, I didn't have the Spurs up there as far as the top 4 seeds. But they got to be, bro. They got to replace the Dallas Mavericks, in my opinion, right now because they just been playing way better basketball, man. And so the place that I had it was in like the top 4. I got to put the Spurs in there. So if I had to say it today, I'm going OKC. I'm going the Spurs, and then um, I'm going OKC, the Spurs. Then I'm going Houston and Denver, and then everybody else. That's how I'm looking at it right now. Because when I look at the San Antonio Spurs, at first I had them like a 6, 7 seed this year. Taking that jump to being a playoff team. Bro, these niggas real, bro. These niggas real, bro. Basile, all them niggas, man, bro, them niggas can play, bro. Them niggas can play, bro. Harrison Barnes is doing his little part. This nigga always seem to hang on to a starting spot in the league somewhere. Herm, what up, dog? Herm, you on mute, Herm. I just don't know how he continue to do it. Herm's on mute, y'all. So as soon as he come off mute, we good. But I don't know how he continues to do it. Um, Harrison Barnes, that nigga always be sticking around on a solid team, bro. He's just a straight up winner, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy to have on your team, man. A good vet, and he mixes in well with them, bro. With them young guys, man. He mixes in well with them young guys, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then they think about this, y'all. They got Johnson coming off the bench. Johnson was out that joint getting buckets last year. Now he coming off the bench this year. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
And they doing this without De'Aaron Fox and Soul Train. And they without some players and still doing
Think about what we talking about, bro.
this. Shoot, they got a lot of little options too. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Because of the Fox situation. Because they've been so good without them. So you
I
got
replaced them. I replaced them with y'all. I replaced y'all with them. Dallas. I had Dallas up there
me too.
because I had it the way I had it. I had it OKC, Houston, Uh, I had OKC, Houston, the Nuggets, and the Mavs. Bro, the Wemby and them niggas surpassed right now. They've taken surpass y'all, bro.
Yeah,
And
they head
and the
above
Nuggets.
shoulders better than the man.
And I think they better than the Nuggets right now.
Me
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Where that
Me
nigga
too.
Mr. Master that was talking all that shit, talking about Wemby ain't gonna be doing this, he ain't gonna be doing. Remember we had those arguments for the draft for Wemby was
We
drafted.
told that nigga that's a guaranteed 20 and 10, nigga. That was
And he
guaranteed.
said he wasn't gonna be doing none of that in the league. Blah blah blah. But I got all the tapes, bro. Them niggas was very disrespectful, bro. Them niggas was very disrespectful.
And they gonna get better though. You know what I'm saying? They still gonna be growing throughout the season. They gonna get better.
Right,
So
right,
they better
right,
look
right,
out
right.
for them. And I think for the personnel wise, they got the right personnel to compete with OKC. I'm not saying they're better than OKC, but they
Mm-hmm.
got the right personnel to compete with them though. So they can make it interesting for real this year if they keep it up. If they keep it up though.
Right, man. Man, this shit crazy, bro. Like the leap they don't take it, and then Darren Fox ain't even on the court. I don't this shit like, man. Well, them niggas scary, man. Them niggas
Yeah.
scary, bro. Them niggas scary, man. And I like Stephen Castle, man.
Our Castle the real deal.
You
He
know
the
what I
real
mean?
deal.
I like that nigga, man. You know,
And,
niggas
and Ron Harper's son balling too though. I like Ron Harper's
ain't he
son.
though, he came off the bench last night cooking.
Yeah.
You know, see, this is real basketball, Herm. This one niggas is really balling. And the Miami Heat, they need to get back. They need to get back. What's old boy's name? Norman Powell, fast, bro.
Yeah, they need him ASAP. They
They need
need
him
him ASAP.
ASAP because I like the fact that Bam was real aggressive last night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bam was real aggressive last night. I like that, but it just wasn't enough because Jaime Jaquez and niggas ain't play well. But the Miami Heat, they gonna be a tough out too this year, bro.
Oh yeah, they actually up tempo team. They actually play faster, so they gonna be pretty good. They gonna be there for the long haul. They gonna be a team that's gonna be there.
Martavian, what's good, homie?
What's up, there, everybody? Hold
Martavian,
on
what's
for one.
happening, man?
What you got
What's
on this
up, Big
40,
Herb?
man? You know we cooking it. You know we all cook. What you got on this?
Oh, give me 1 second. I'm checking out of my appointment. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back with you.
All right.
Hold on.
So yeah, her. So I think it's without a doubt that they're the best team in Texas right now.
Oh yeah, hands down. Houston, if they able to mess around and address that point guard need and get another shooter, they'll be right back in the mix. But until then, I don't see the Rockets being better than the Spurs until they address those two needs. Hopefully they can get that in one player, but look
Hmm.
like that's gonna be a struggle for them until the deadline probably. So they
And niggas
gotta
is
address
playing.
that. They
They got
gotta address
all
that.
they got all cup games tonight.
Oh damn, show. I be forgetting about that NBA too.
Yeah, they got all cup games tonight. And what you call it play. The strippers play the Pelicans tonight. That's an easy game for them.
Hey,
If they don't win that game,
guess what?
they got a weekend schedule to start the season. The strippers.
Hey, but guess
Then
what
you,
though? The Pelicans always play the strippers good now.
yeah, but and they need a win, so that's gonna be a crazy game. Then you got the Blazers who've been playing well. They play the Nuggets tonight. That's gonna be a good game.
This year
The
for the
Bulls.
Spurs, this year for the Spurs is pretty crazy, and I expect them to win the championship.
Hold on. Who is this?
The six S MVP, six Finals MVPs.
Okay, what's good, homie?
That was
What you
good,
think
homie.
about? What you got on the Spurs, bro?
Yeah, the Spurs look amazing. Like my favorite player, I mean, other than Wemby, is like I like the hybrid guards like Stephon, Cassle, Harper, Vassell. Like I hope it's gonna be unfortunate to see if one of them get traded, but like I really like that core.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I expect them. I expect them to win the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back, y'all. Salute to the panel. Salute to you, Ticket. Herm,
What's
what's
up?
up, Thor?
Hey, what you got on the
Salute,
Spurs,
Congratulations.
brother.
though, man?
Salute.
What you think about the Spurs, bro? What you got on that, man?
Man, they look amazing. I was a little bit, critical of them probably after the second game, but it looks like everything is coming together quite nicely. I love the aggressive way of way Wemby is playing. He's actually living up to his legend of what we was told about him before he came into the league. I like his defensive presence. I definitely like that he's actually not just sitting at that 3 point line chucking up threes. He's playing like an actual big man. He's very, very active on the defensive end. And it's kind of funny that this is their first 5-0 start, and they even had that clown Duncan for 20 years and never got a 5-0 start. So
Well,
I'm happy
why
to
is
see.
he a clown?
I got my reasons. I'm not gonna
No,
go in.
no,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Oh,
continue.
you do not want to hear his reason. Trust me.
T Price, what's
I
good,
heard it.
homie?
What's up, fam? I hear
Wait,
Mark
wait, wait,
Taven
wait, wait, wait.
all the time about this.
The
But go
same guy
ahead.
who said that about Tim Duncan. Do you
Well,
think
let's just put it this way. Uh, Tim Duncan and Lisa Bonet had a good 6 years, and after the 6 year run, it was somebody else's turn. So that's how I feel about Renee
Here we go.
Duncan,
who
Smith
you
return.
picking, Magic or Tim?
I'm taking Magic.
I
Impact.
fuck with you. I fuck with
All,
you. I fuck with you.
all throughout his tenure with the Lakers, it was impact. You can't say the same thing
I fuck with you,
with
bro.
Tim Duncan because you had Parker running the show. Tim Duncan played like ass water in that '07 finals, and it was a toss up between Parker and Ginobili who was going to win the MVP. It just
Yeah,
so happened to be Parker.
like
You
I
know,
received so much backlash for saying Magic was better than Tim, but yeah, continue, bro.
you can build around Magic better than you can build around Tim Duncan,
Tim
and I
Duncan,
hold
yeah.
Tim Duncan accountable for not stepping up and coming to play when Zebo and the guys got him the hell up out of that 1 seed. So if we're gonna sit up here and hold Kobe's feet to the fire and say that he lost a 3-1 lead against a damn 2 seed, then
Preach,
we
preach,
got to hold
preach,
Tim
preach,
Duncan accountable for
preach.
losing a goddamn 1 seed to an 8 seed, and he's supposed to be a guy that is supposed to carry his team. He didn't even show up. So if we're going to give Kobe Bryant demerits, then damn it, we're going to have to give Tim Duncan those same demerits, even more, because the 7 seed is not supposed to beat the damn 2 seed, but the 1 seed is always supposed to be the 8 seed. So there I have it.
Yeah, like looking at Wemby, I feel like when it comes time to the hardest position to really rank is the center. That's my opinion. But there's so many good centers, like so. I guess my question is like, for me, I get so caught up in like all these centers, like the five greatest centers. It's hard to rank them. I switch every time, So when we coming into the conversation eventually, makes it even harder.
Well,
So
we can't put him into the conversation right
yeah,
now.
yeah,
He's
no,
having a
no
great
doubt, no
stretch. We
doubt,
got to
no
see
doubt.
how
Yeah,
the final
for
product
sure.
is, but he's got to put some rings on his finger.
Yeah,
And another thing,
for
we got
sure,
to
for
stop
sure.
saying that Shaq was the most dominant center ever because he was not. He
He
had a
was
he
not.
had a
Thank you,
he
thank
had a good
you,
run.
yo. What's your name, bro?
Message.
He had a good run, but you have to understand, I can't call you the most dominant center when your ass gets swept out the playoffs 6 times in your career. And
Hey,
and 4 of those 6 times you probably the second or third best team in the league. Shaq
who do you think
was
is the best
was
center?
dominant after all the great centers of his era started to retire. And when we sit up here and look at his finals run against Todd McCullough twice and Dikembe Mutombo, may he rest in peace. If that was Olajuwon, if that was even Patrick Ewing, he's not putting up those same type of numbers. Kobe helped Shaq be the most dominant player in the finals more than anybody else wants to say. So, look, I've watched Eric Dampier shut Shaq down. So if Eric Dampier can shut Shaq down, how are you dominant? How are you dominant? Shout out to Two Raw for TV. How are you dominant with only two 50-point games? How are you dominant when every um every guard that you had to play with outside of Dwayne Wade, you tried to take over. You came in lazy. You did your mindset was not there. You were the type of player that you took the off season like your personal goal to eat as many chicken sandwiches and bologna sandwiches and barbecue spare ribs and come in out of shape 60 pounds. We got to stop with that narrative. That's his self-imposed narrative that he's the most dominant center of all time. No, the most dominant center of all time will and always will be Will Chamberlain. Tell me what records Shaq broke of Wilt Chamberlain's. How you doing?
And
So that's my take.
sweeps with
Say what's the
Shaq though, but
conversation? What's the
Wilt
conversation about?
didn't
What's
really win. So how was he dominant then and Wilt only had 2 rings, despite of the numbers he was putting up? So what make him dominant other than just putting up the numbers?
Now, Wilt was the type of player that he changed. Not only did he have rules changed to stop him, but you have to keep in mind that a lot of that first I want to say 8 years, there was only a limited amount of teams, and free agency wasn't that thing. So if you were the Boston Celtics, if you had all of the best players, you're going to have all of the best players for probably the lifetime of their contracts. So the whole thing that Wilt Chamberlain, I hold Wilt Chamberlain accountable for his play in some of those playoffs series. But when you're getting basically fried 10 great players to 2 players, majority of the times that you're going up against the Boston Celtics, then I can kind of give you a little bit of a skewed viewpoint on Will Chamberlain. He could do more things. When people say that Bill Russell won 11 rings, and again, shout out to Two Raw for TV for brought this point up. Will Chamberlain could do everything defensively Russell can do, but Russell couldn't do nothing close to what offensively what Will Chamberlain could do. And a lot of those teams were just dump the ball down to Will Chamberlain. He could score you 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 points. But the rest of the ancillary pieces on the Boston Celtics was running laps around
Yeah,
Philadelphia and the
but
Lakers and so on and so forth.
I could counter that to basically say that it was only one person his size throughout his era, throughout his prime, which was Bill Russell, because most of the guys that was guarding him was 6'7", 6'8". So yeah, he was supposed to tower over 6'7", 6'8" guys that were guarding him though. So yeah, I mean he was dominant. Yeah, he was putting up historical great numbers. But at the same time, he still didn't win. It's not like he wasn't playing with Hall of Famers with the Philadelphia Warriors. He had Hall of Famers there. That's why he won a championship there. When he went to the Lakers, he had Elgin Baylor and Jerry West for crying out loud. So it's not like he wasn't afforded the same opportunities of playing around elite talent. So therefore, if you go take away from Shaq, because Shaq did play around great individual talent as well, you got to take away from Wilt. So, I mean, I think you put them kind of in the same boat in a sense. And Shaq went against stiffer and tougher competition at the center position than Wilt though. So if you go
Greg
say that,
Ostertag in the playoffs 2 years in a row get you out of there. Greg Ostertag, are you really going to sit up there and tell?
it wasn't because of Greg Olsotag though, because they couldn't stop the pick and roll of Karl Malone and John Stockton, which is probably one of the best duos in NBA history. So you can't shit on that and downplay
I'm not
Utah's
shitting on
ass. And
I'm not shitting on Stockton and Malone.
they was one of the most consistent teams. So it's just like me, if I'm attacking Tim Duncan, well, he lost to the AFC with the Memphis Grizzlies. He Shaq didn't lose to the AFC. He couldn't even deal with it. Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph can't even jump 2 feet in the air, and he was getting bullied by Zebo. So I mean, you want to go there, but we could go there if you want to. I could do the same thing with Wilt. In some of his losses, he gave up a 30-point, 40-point, 30-point, 40 rebound game in one of them losses. So
Go ahead, huh?
somebody must have called him or something. But what was the topic? Y'all was talking about Wemby, right?
Yeah.
To me, yeah, I just like to see it's just a work in progress. I like the team, like I said, I like this team the way it is right now. They young. I know they got De'Aaron Fox. I know he's hurt, but to me, they don't need him because him and I know Polo say different comes to playoffs, but at the same time, Sacramento. I mean, when shout out to De'Aaron Fox, I like De'Aaron Fox, but I like this team though the way it is. I just got to see them just continue to just grow together. Keep that young core together because OKC just proves that you keep your young core together, you can reap some benefits of it. So. Yeah, Wemby, man, he got a long way to go for me to start putting him in that ilk. I know we be so much in the moment. I don't have a greatest player of all time. I do it according to eras. You know, every era is different, every different rules and everything like that. So I just want to, hey, one thing I can say about Wemby, and I continue to say this, you can tell he really worked on his game in the off season. That's all I got.
And I agree. We can't crown Wemby too early. We just projecting how the Spurs are looking though. They are just a great overall team, well coached team. Period. They got a lot of young talent. They got the type of talent that you need to have a championship contender type of team. And I think they only gonna get better because they still missing guys now, and they gonna have some options and some tough decisions that they probably might have to make as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they playing so well without their second star, De'Aaron Fox. So I mean, they gonna have a lot of options. They gonna be faced with a lot of tough decisions. But I think the Spurs only gonna get better. So I do agree, but we can't crown this guy. We can't crown Wemby too soon because can he stay consistent? But I think he's taking this serious though because he want to be great. You can tell how he talk. You can tell how he carry himself. And people watch them training videos with Akeem. He answered Akeem Olajuwon every damn question in the book basically. You know what I'm saying? So he learned from that. You seen he adjusted his game. He's not settling for threes. I think he's only gonna get better throughout the year, and he don't mind going through niggas. He don't mind getting physical. So you see he got it in him. You see he want to be great, but can he sustain that type of play? That's what we got to see. You know what I'm saying? Once we see that, then we can get into the shit about how great he's gonna be and all that. But we got to see that for a whole year first before we crown him. So I do totally agree. And y'all don't get it twisted, man. OKC, they one damn trade away. They one trade away for separating themselves with everybody again too. So if OKC and Sam Preston and them see that they might have to make a play, they might have to make a move. They might have to make a move. Of nothing to get that done.
Yeah, they sleep. It's like people like us. We give champions they do diligence, right? And for the media not giving them just all the small markets, them the Bucks, all the small market teams, no credit. It's a shame, and it's just how the word is just detrimental to ESPN and everybody that's pushing this NBA, man. And these young boys out there doing their thing, man. I've been saying it for the last 8 9 years that it's a young man's league. You know, the average. I need to look up to see what's the average height of a player this year. Because last year, the average height of an NBA player the last season was 6'5". So let me see how much. Uh, the average height of an NBA player this year to compare some things here. I like what the Pistons. They just young. They got keep them young pieces together, man. They got to keep
Hey,
them
T
young
Tights,
pieces.
everybody, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm back in my car. Sorry about
Oh, you good?
But yeah, I agree with you, Herm. It's a little early. So far, so good. I like what I'm seeing, but we can't be crowning him. We can't be crowning these players before they do at least or match what the legendary centers did. And how much are we going to give them as far as credit wise when we do know that this NBA is a little bit watered down? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm
Yeah,
getting
you
out of
good
this
then?
parking garage.
Yeah, good. I'm just setting up the stream for later, and I'm just looking up something right quick. I'm trying to see what's the average height of an NBA player this year. Okay, the average height of an NBA player for the 2025-6 season is approximately 6 feet and 7 inches. This average reflects the trends towards smaller players, with many players now falling below the average height of 6 feet 7. So they went up 2 inches from last year. Last year was 6'5". This year it's 6'7". So are
Let me
these
ask you
guys?
this question, T-Pace,
Yeah.
because I don't know if I ever asked this question to you before. How do you view the fact that Austin Reeves is putting up Luca numbers in that same offense?
Well, hey, listen, I don't even like talking about the Lakers, so because the Lakers, I don't think this Laker team is a good team. If you look at the pieces that they got on their team, I don't care if LeBron and Luka come back. That is not a good team. But to answer your question, am I surprised? No, because Austin Reeves can score. You know what I mean? And I give him credit. I give him credit where credit due, but I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing with this Lakers team to make me say, okay, they going. I still see them like it was the year before. You know, I see them as a 5 or a 6. I don't see them being up there as an echelon, probably vying for 6 or 8, in my opinion. But Austin Reeves, give him his credit. He's hooping, man. You know, but you already know when LeBron does decide, whenever he does decide to come back, he's gonna be standing right on the corner again. So
Right.
he better have fun with it now while he have a chance. That's all I gotta say.
It's funny you say that because I was saying to myself, he's getting it all in now because he ain't gonna get it in later.
Mm-mm. Not at
Yeah.
all.
I'm happy
This,
for Wemby. I'm happy for the Spurs organization. They actually getting back to playing winning and meaningful basketball. But again, it's still 5 games. There's been plenty of teams that have got off 6 of those. You never seen them nowhere near the playoff hunt. So we gotta, we celebrate it while it's happening, but they got to be consistent. I want to see them win
right?
50 to 55 games.
Yeah, yeah. It's just they they loaded too, bro. Like they loaded at every position, bro. Like they do like, and I like their players. They still got Harrison Barnes over there, who Golden State gave up on. Who else? They got Vassell from Florida State. They got my boy Cassle from UConn. Then they got Dylan Harper. I know De'Aaron Fox is not back yet, but then he's a Clutch client too. So anything that's affiliated with Clutch, I don't know what's going on with that. So I just wait till it happens. But I like their team though, man. They young, bro. Just let them. Oh yeah, and they got that Dennis Rodman want to be Shohan. He don't know he want to be Dennis Rodman or not. Out of Baylor. So I like what they doing right now. I
Yeah.
do.
Who's the coach?
Hold on. I don't know what his name is, but hold on. Let me look that up for you. Yeah, on Halloween Day.
And shout out to you, Herm. You're doing big things. I got nothing but love and respect for you, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Hollywood Hearn. I remember that dude changed his name to Hollywood. That junk got me weak that summer, boy. Hey, we need to get the summers back crunk again, man. This past summer, man, that was like one of the nobody wasn't talking crap to each other this past summer, man. We
Well,
hoping
we
we'll be back
still we
here.
still got we still got fall and winter, so we
Hey
still got the
man,
Yeah,
time.
everybody that's in the chat right now, y'all got time, man. Y'all subscribe to Hollywood Herm, man. You know I've been dropping little videos here and there. I ain't been doing too much yet, but been dropping some videos here and there, man. Cooking bombs. So if y'all do, y'all subscribe. Show a nigga some love, man.
oh, crazy, man. He said cooking balls.
Yeah, we gonna
Hey,
cook
I'm
them
all
bombs.
for it, Herm. You already know I'm subscribed.
Man, I
Now,
appreciate
shout
it.
out to you, T Price, because T Price is the one that let me know that you had a new channel, and I was like, "Yep, I'm there."
Yeah, it's time to cook these bombs, man. I've been letting these bombs slide for too long, man. So them bombs got to get cooked.
Yeah.
Hey, salute, Miss Peaches. Salute, baby. Yeah, we cooking
Now,
these bombs.
back to this argument that I have, or friendly debate that I have about Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal. Okay,
They ain't the
um,
same. They on the same level.
they're on the same level.
Yeah.
So
Hey, before y'all get
defensively,
into that, hold on, before y'all get into that, the coach of the Spurs is Johnson.
mm,
That's the Spurs. But go ahead.
so you saying defensively they're on the same level as well.
Well, I'm gonna say yeah because this is the thing. You remember Shaq was averaging like 2.5 blocks a game, but he look at the competition he was going against. Shaq was going against the legit bigs at his position. Will it's easy to get all the blocks that he got, and a lot of his shit was recorded. True, but hell, it's easy to get it when you dealing with motherfuckers average height of 6'5". Man, it's easy to do it when you really don't have really no competition at your position, and you got motherfucker that really can't shoot it. Then the time he was getting a lot of blocks, hell, goaltender wasn't called like that back then, so he was able to just soon a motherfucker shoot, he could just jump and snatch it out there. So that's the type of stuff Wilt was doing. So I mean, it's not like he was. If I could see if Wilt was a part of that era a lot in the '70s when the center started getting better and that position started getting deep, and he was dominating them. I'd be like, all right. But Wilt wasn't in his prime anymore, so I can't just hold that against him in the '70s. But he really didn't go against the type of competition Shaq did. Most of the niggas Shaq went against, it's a lot of the bigs that he went against, they top 75 players. Darren Robinson, one of the best centers to ever play. King Olajuwon. Then this nigga had to deal with power forwards and shit. Patrick Ewing. We had to deal with the power forwards as well. I mean, Tim Duncan a center though. A lot of niggas giving the power forward text. Nah, that nigga a center. He played more games as a center. Going against, man, you see how he dominated the Twin Towers? I don't think Will dominating 2 7-footers like that, like Shaq did. Shaq dominated 2 7-footers in one time. So Will that nigga, but at the same time, Shaq was too.
So the word is dominating. Who did Shaq dominate?
I just gave you the Twin Towers. He dominated the Twin Towers.
Okay, so he dominated the Twin Towers for a 10-year stretch.
If you going off the overall, the Twin Towers didn't last for a 10-year stretch, so I can't. That's kind of hard to use, but Shaq did dominate for a 10-year stretch. Cause he came into the league dominating. He came into the league averaging over 20 and over 10 rebounds. He came into
So
the
20
league.
and 10 rebounds is dominating now?
No, I'm talking about he really averaged like 25 and shit though. You know, Shaq would come in there averaging 25. So it's dominating. But if you like I said, if you go heighten up Wilt stats, it's context behind why his stats were so high. I could say with Shaq had to go against the elite players at position like a Akeem. What Akeem Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain face?
Wait, say that one more time.
I said now, I understand what you go with the stats with Wilt, but what type of what Akeem Olajuwon Wilt Chamberlain face? What
What
David
was key?
Robinson? What David Robinson? Will Chamberlain face? What Patrick
Well,
Ewing?
I can agree.
Will
We
Chamberlain
can
face?
definitely agree that the center position was more potent in Shaq's era, but Shaq didn't dominate those centers.
Yes, he
He
did.
started dominating. He started dominating Tim Duncan and David Robinson. There's no other center that
He
he
dominated
dominated.
Patrick Ewing. He dominated Patrick Ewing.
How
He
did he
did.
dominate Patrick Ewing?
He
Because they never
dominated.
met in the playoffs. They never met in the finals.
They ain't Shaq problem either. They ain't Shaq fault. That's not Shaq fault that they didn't. And then on top of that, if you go bring up Akeem Olajuwon, if you go judge a 4-year player, that's very disingenuous to judge a 4-year player. Most guys don't win until their seventh or eighth year in the NBA. Most superstars win probably around their 7th year. Shaq was a puppy and carried the team to the damn finals. That's a 3rd-year guy. Penny Hardaway was a 2nd-year guy. These niggas doing
And
that at a young age.
with all his greatness, he couldn't even get you one game.
It wasn't shit. You know what happened in that series? Don't act like
That was
Nick
game
Anderson.
one. You're acting like
No,
that shit
but
happened in game
yeah,
4. That happened
but
in game one.
it happened for the rest of the series because Nick Anderson didn't show up for the rest. Shaq averaged. So you telling me a guy averaged 28 and 15? And he's shooting. He very efficient. You telling me it was his fault that they lost the series?
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why.
You lying?
Because he got no. Don't
You
tell me I'm
lying?
lying before I give my damn point. Because he had a hand in stopping the other center. Did he not?
Shit, Olajuwon didn't stop him. So what you talking about?
Okay, but again, he was younger. He's supposed to be this dominant
And
force that you're telling me.
that wasn't the reason that they lost. Mario Ellie was making shots left and right. Vernon Maxwell was big in that series. Kenny Smith was big in that series. A rookie
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Cassell was big in that series. The others made a
All
difference.
right. So how many times? How many times did they get blown out in that 4-game series?
No, Only Storm outplayed Horace Grant. It's a lot of different elements in that
He's
series
very
happened
underrated
to the
too.
reason why the
So
Rockets beat the Magic. It wasn't just because of the mano matchup between Shaq and Olajuwon, because they had identical damn numbers.
But we're not
hey,
talking about the dominance of the Orlando Magic team. We're talking about the dominance of Shaq over the other contemporary centers.
And Shaq was dominated, but sometimes great players can't stop each other. So if you go do that to Shaquille O'Neal, I could bring up the 30 points and 40 rebounds that Bill Russell had on Wilt Chamberlain game 7. So it was Wilt Chamberlain's fault that they lost to the Celtics in the Eastern
And guess
Conference
what,
Finals
Herm? Guess what,
when
Herm?
goddamn Bill Russell had 30
Get,
points and 40 rebounds.
guess what, Herm? Guess
You
what?
can't do that, man. That's
Get, no, fuck that. You need to drink that poison because I agree with you. But I'm not sitting up here trying to let fucking Wilt Chamberlain off the hook the way you letting fucking Shaq off the hook. That
Yeah,
was
but
his fucking
you
matchup.
put a more emphasis. You put a more emphasis on Shaq ass, and Will did worse. Will did worse. He was the reason why they kept losing to the Celtics. It wasn't because of nobody else. He was the reason because his play went down. His playoff numbers slipped. It took a drastic slip from the regular season to the playoffs. Shaq numbers was damn near the same, damn near
And you
identical.
want to sit up here and talk about context with Shaq, but you leave out the goddamn context
Ain't no
that Wilt was
context.
getting triple team.
It
You
ain't
see
no
how that
context.
works?
He wasn't getting triple
Oh,
team with Bill
so there's no
Russell. He
context.
wasn't triple
There's no
team with
context
Bill
unless it's
Russell.
with your argument, right?
He wasn't triple team with Bill Russell. God damn it, Bill
Okay, then
Russell was my man.
this is what you need to do. Show me the ticket stub where you sat up there and watched the fucking game.
Well, it goes for your ass too.
I watched the finals, nigga.
You ain't
I was
you ain't
13 years old
you
when I
wasn't
watched
at
that
the damn
finals.
game. Where the ticket at? Where the ticket at?
oh, where the tape at?
You wasn't at the goddamn game either.
So
Shit,
I
anyway,
think. Hey,
Will wasn't
I just
supposed
want
to
to say
have the
this.
numbers he
I just
got
want to
when
say
he
this
got a
before y'all
6'5"
continue to go back
motherfucker
and
guard
forth.
him.
I think that what changed to me in that series to me with Nick Anderson missed them 2 free throws. When he missed them 2 free throws, that was it. I think that
Yeah,
changed the game.
that took the confidence away
that
from
don't
that
have
team.
shit to do with Shaq's defensive prowess. Just like
Nah,
he
but
said
it's
that ain't
some
Shaq's
great
fault
niggas
with
not gonna
not
stop
meeting
other
Patrick
great niggas
Ewing.
not gonna stop other
I
great
wasn't
niggas. So
talking
if
about
that's the
Shaq. I was
case,
talking about Nick Anderson. That changed Nick Anderson. You
that
look at Nick
changed the
Anderson's
whole
career. Nick
momentum, bro.
Anderson was never the
But
same
we're
after
talking
that.
about dominating. We're not talking about anything
Shaq
else
was
but
dominant
dominating.
in that series, but I'm not gonna hold a 4-year player accountable for stopping one of the greatest centers of all time. Because sometimes you can't stop greatness. You ain't gonna stop certain shit. Sometimes it is what it is. Them niggas were dragging, but guess what? The difference making in that series was the others, was the role players, and Houston role players clearly outplayed the Magic role players. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Otis Thorpe and Robert Ory outplayed Horace Grant. Vernon Maxwell, Mario Ellis outplayed Dennis Scott. Vernon Maxwell outplayed goddamn Nick Anderson. Penny Hardaway did his thing, but hell, Sam Cassell coming out the bench canceling out everything Penny was doing. Man, the Houston Rockets were just played better than the Magic. It wasn't because of Shaquille O'Neal that they lost. And I'm not
We're
even gonna
not
give that.
talking about
I
the
don't
we're
even
not
give
talking
that
about the
credit.
teams. We're talking about the individual matchup.
Okay, if you
And
talking about the individual matchup, Akeem Olajuwon and Shaquille O'Neal couldn't even stop each other. 28-15 against one of the best defensive centers, if not the best defensive center of all time. That's great. Olajuwon is considered the best defensive center of all time. They consider
Now
him the
y'all talking about
best.
me. Now I'm looking up the finals here. Hold up, y'all.
Nigga averaged 28-15 on Olajuwon, and you telling me that's not great? That's not dominance? Come on, man.
guess what? So guess what? Did it result in any type of win?
You
Hold on. Hold on for 1 second.
a
Somebody
third-year
just
player that's
text me.
still learning how to navigate in the goddamn league. Don't you know how hard it is to navigate as a professional in the damn league, as a kid, and you hold it down a whole damn franchise? That shit
So
not
now you
easy to do. They
so
act
now
like
you
it's
bring it
so
now
easy.
now it sounds like you
It's the
bringing other
truth.
shit into the
It's the
equation.
truth. It's the
Hold on,
truth.
hold on, y'all. I got y'all. I got something for y'all arguments here. Okay, we're gonna go to game one, right? Y'all, I'm going to each. Y'all want me to start going by each series,
You
each
can.
game in the
Uh
final?
You
you,
can.
you
Yeah.
can if you want.
Okay. All right, this is what we're gonna do. All right, this is game one. Elijah played 48 minutes. He was 13 of 26, 0-0. You know, he didn't shoot threes. 5 of 7 for the free throw line. He had 6 rebounds, 1 offensive rebound, 7 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, and 3 turnovers. Shaq. Shaq was 10 of 16 in 44 minutes. He was 6 of 9 for the free throw line. He had 16 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, 9 assists, 3 steals, 7 turnovers. He had 5 fouls, and Elijah had 5 fouls as well. So, all right,
What was
y'all
their
want to
point
go?
total? What was their point total?
Oh, this is game one. I'm going to each game, each series in the game.
Now
This is
include the
game
point
one.
totals. Include the point totals though. That what he
Okay,
asked.
okay, 120. It was 120 to 180. Now I got to go back. Hold on, y'all. Elijah scored 131 points in the finals. Shaquille O'Neal, he had 112 points in the finals. Shaq shot 59.5%, 57% from the free throw line. Elijah he shot 48.3% and 69.2, almost 70% from the free throw line in the finals. Anything else y'all need?
Yeah, what was the
Oh,
averages? Like how many points, how many rebounds?
Okay, he averaged 32. Elijah averaged 32.8, 11.5 rebound, 11.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, two steals, and 2 blocks. Shaq, he averaged 28 points, 12.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 0.3 steals, and 2.5 blocks.
And that's a great finals for a third-year player. And he shot 59% for the field, so obviously he couldn't be stopped.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Herm. Because there's one player that he don't get a lot of love. He played for your team. He's nice though, but I don't trust your coach, man. He's another coach need to be on the hot seat. Him and and Quinn Snyder.
Don't even get me started on Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder should have
Uh,
never got that fucking job for the
Quinn
horrible
Quinn
job he did
Snyder.
with Missouri.
Yeah. Quinn Snyder is the worst coach in the NBA, man. He's the worst
Hey, I
coach in the
can't say that. I can't say that. You know me. I was talking crap about Nick Nurse. I can't say nothing to him now. He got talent around. He got some young boys over there, and Philly got a squad, man. Philly got a squad. Even without go ahead and get rid of Joel
Hey,
Embiid,
but
Paul George,
I'm gonna give the
Paul George.
Bulls. I'm gonna give the Bulls credit though, T. Price.
I
They
had to.
they committed to Billy Donovan to the point where that Billy, we gonna let you run the team how you want to. We gonna put the type of players that you want around. We go run it through your system, and you seeing that his system finally working. He finally got enough young talent to buy into what he to his philosophy, and it's paying off for the Bulls so far. Is it gonna last? I don't fucking know. But right now, you can tell that the Bulls were so committed to Billy Donovan though that they let Billy
But
Donovan
Hearn,
run it like how he wants
I,
to.
I was
I
gonna
like
get
him
on you, but that was a very
better.
good, complete analysis of what you said about Billy Donovan. Because we have to wait and see. With all this talent, if he shits the bed again, he needs to be gone.
I agree. I agree. But I gotta see it to believe it. I don't believe it. Honestly, I think it just fool's gold. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope they
Yeah,
prove me wrong.
Minnesota
But I
might
think
coming
it's
back.
fool's gold to be honest. But we gonna see
Minnesota
how it
coming
go.
back.
And Billy Donovan might get fired just like Quinn Snyder need to get fired right now though. I
Oh,
don't
he
think the
he
Hawks
should
need
have
to
been
wait.
got fired. He should have been got fired, bro. But it's
Yeah,
amazing
He
to
should
me,
have never.
though.
He should have never got the Hawks job. Period.
if you the
Yeah.
Atlanta
He,
Hawks, if you the Atlanta
Mhm.
Hawks though, with the type of defenders that you got, I'm hiring a coach like Frank Vogel. If I'm the Atlanta Hawks, I probably hire a coach like Frank Vogel, or if I want a guard type of coach that could get in Trey Young ass, if you still go commit to him, I hire a coach like Lionel Hollins. I think Lionel Hollins to get into Trey Young's ass to the pause, get into Trey Young ass to the point where that Trey Young will show more effort and become a better leader than what he's been displaying. But
Where's Lionel Hollins at, fam? Looking like Ron Isley.
he showed it just like that. But I think Lionel Hollins deserve another opportunity to
Yeah,
coach.
he does.
Do we want it though? That's the question. Do we actually
Yeah,
want
that's another thing. Does he want to? Because you know
it?
how it is
the
now. The
way he
players,
the way he got shitted on in Memphis after I don't even think he had a losing season. Now you
He
know your
did.
team better than you
He
know your
did.
team better than I do, Hearn. But he never had a losing season, and they gave up on him way too quick.
Yeah, he did it though.
He
He
did it
did it
though.
though. So that man was great. But but what I'm saying though, man, I think Wilt and Shaq in the same boat. Cause I think Shaq was in that era in the '60s. I think Shaq would do the same damn thing Wilt was doing. And I think if Wilt was in Shaq's era, I think Wilt would do the same thing in Shaq's era. I think their numbers they'll flip flop. Shaq will probably have the dominant numbers too. But I think they're in the same category. I think they'll dominate the same exact way. You know what I'm saying?
On on paper, I will agree with you, but I've seen too many of the lazy moments for Shaq to call him dominant.
Yeah, but it's moments that Will Chamberlain got as well though that can't be ignored either. Will Chamberlain got those moments too. So it's
So
like I think
Will Chamberlain came into the new season 60 pounds out of shape, not ready to work,
oh that
putting it
nigga
on his
can't.
other teammates.
Oh that nigga can't. Will Chamberlain wasn't no workout guru type of nigga. He did what he wanted to do. You know what they say about him. Hell, they were trying to say Otto Porter Jr. was his son, man. That's how much he was getting around back then. That's how much Wilt was getting around back then. Wilt just showed up and played.
yeah, I mean, they said that. Her, you remember that?
Yeah, they said Otto Porter Jr. was his
Yeah,
son. That's how
that
much
really
he
people
got
to
around.
stop, man. We need to stop, man. Yeah, that was crazy. We heard it that summer, boy. That jump was crazy.
When,
Yeah, that jump,
when
You know,
man. I
I
Shaq
think
missed.
they're the
told,
same type of nigga. I think they're the same type of nigga because Shaq loved to party, loved to deal with a lot of women too. They the same type of nigga. They just in different eras. That's just my opinion though. I think they the same type of niggas, just as different. They both got that crazy ass personality. They both talk a lot of shit. Cause Wilt say a lot of crazy shit too, like Shaq do. So they really
One
the
thing they
same
could do
type of
about
nigga.
Will too, he was a two sport dude too. He did volleyball. He did all kind of shit, bro. He did that. He did track and field. Will was just a
But
world
Shaq,
class.
Shaq,
He was just a world
Shaq was
class
one of the
athlete.
best athletes when he was in top shape in his prime. Shaq
Oh,
was
when he
able
was
to
in
run. He was
the younger Shaq was scary, bro. The younger Shaq could run up and down like a gazelle. Man, that dude was some. That dude was something. Then he just became the big diesel. Then he came to
and
LA and just,
just like they put rules on Will Chamberlain, they did the same thing to Shaq here. And them motherfuckers brought in zone to stop Shaq. They allow zone to come in the NBA to stop Shaq. And on top of that, hell, they changed it down the way goals was set up because of Shaq. They changed the whole
Ex-
damn goal because of him.
Explain.
Shit, Shaq was breaking them motherfuckers left and right. Shit, they
Oh, you
was
said basketball goals. Okay, that's when you
yeah,
said goals.
yeah.
I thought you meant like actual goals.
No. That shit, they changed the
Yeah, they had to
basketball
go to the
goal.
breakaway. Yeah, they had to
Yeah,
go to the
yeah.
breakaway.
But
when they
also,
did
they,
that.
but also they implemented zone defense. A lot of people wonder why they implemented. They had to slow down Shaq because it got to the point. These goddamn NBA rosters, you instead of seeing the skilled guys, you seeing about four centers on the roster. A lot of them really, two out of the four wasn't good at all, but they needed bodies for Shaq. They needed bodies for that nigga, so they were looking for every 7 footer in the world to stop Shaq. That's
I
dominance
don't
to me.
disagree with that, but
That's dominance to
I
me.
don't agree with dominance.
Man, that man
I'm
was
sorry.
dominant, man. That man was dominant, man. We can't
Well,
take it. We can't.
me and you got two different definitions of what dominance means.
Hey. If that was the case, if Wilt was so damn dominant, why them motherfuckers couldn't find them 7 footers back then to put all them on the roster for Wilt Chamberlain, like they did for Shaq? They found every seven
Yeah,
footer off the street. They didn't give a damn that motherfucker was on the street. They would bring that 7 footer on the NBA roster to try to stop Shaq. That's how dominant that man was.
And
That's how
I still go with my argument. If he was that dominant, Greg Ostertag wouldn't have took him out of a two consecutive playoff series. One's
it
a
wasn't.
sweep, one's
It
a
wasn't
gentleman's sweep.
Greg. It wasn't Greg Ostertag.
Okay, then Adam Keefe. That's even
It,
worse.
it was
it was
Adam
Herb.
Keefe.
Herb said it wasn't Ulster Tag. Shout out to Ulster Tag, man.
So if that the case, all right, I got something for your ass then. I got something for you.
Herb tripping today, boy. Hey Herb, just to be honest, y'all made some good point, and and I don't compare players and everything like that. I'm just sitting here listening, y'all going back and forth like the old days, like how we used to. So I ain't got no dog in this fight. But one thing I will say is, what was that dude? And Shaq was that dude to a certain extent. But I just don't look at him like everybody else look at him. Go ahead, Herb.
That man lost to a nigga in a goddamn Eastern Conference Final of '68. Bill Russell was just averaging 13 points per game, man, and he got cooked.
So you telling me that Greg Ostertag is on Bill Russell's level?
The shit he made was averaging 13 points too.
Oh, okay.
With y'all
Now
too today,
then
man.
then
Y'all,
then 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 Will
you know
Chamberlain
it's
got
on you
cooked.
today.
Will Chamberlain got cooked by a center called Clyde Lovett in 1963 when they lost to the St. Louis Hawks, man. And he lost to
Well,
the St. Louis
uh,
Hawks.
yeah, they
Yeah, that
supposed to lose to the St. Louis Hawks.
nah,
Yeah, I
but
like that.
yeah,
You know
Clyde.
that. You know that's where you from, Herb. You know you from St.
Yeah,
Louis.
so
Clyde. A
you're not
nigga
doing me
called
no.
Clyde Lovett.
You're not cooking me. I believe. Look, that's the only
Clyde
blemish
Lovett, man.
that Russell has on his damn record. The St. Louis Hawks took him out. So thank
Clyde
you.
Lovett, man. Clyde Lovett.
He
That's
was a
all I'm
great
saying.
player.
Man, Clyde Lovett ain't better than Greg Ostertag.
Yeah, he is. He got a ring. What does Greg Ostertag got? A whole bunch of Slam magazine posterizers.
And since you got to do that, Greg Ostertag lost to Michael Jordan though. So I mean, hey,
And Will Chamberlain
Clyde,
lost to that nigga from St. Louis you was just talking about as a champion. So
man,
hey, it evens out.
Clyde Lovely can't even
That's
use his
crazy.
left hand. He lost to a nigga that can't even
He
use
don't
his
need to use his left hand. He got a chip for the Lou. Thank you, Clyde. What's your name?
Will Chamberlain got the worst regular season to playoff drop offs in NBA history, damn now. And you capping for him. And you
And you
capping.
and you capping for a nigga that came out of shape at 425 pounds and said, "I knew I had you, Kobe. That's why I came out of shape." You capping for that bitch ass nigga?
But he was still dominant, man. Can't take it away,
Nope.
man. And
Ask his toes if he was dominant.
Shaq had
Ask
better
Ben Wallace if he was dominant.
and Shaq
Mm.
had better finals performances than Will Chamberlain. You compare their finals numbers right now. Shaq cooks Will Chamberlain. It's not even close.
Because this nigga was playing against a nigga that was bagging
I
groceries at
don't want to hear it.
Safeway
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Shaq went against Akeem
That nigga
Olajuwon.
said face.
and lost.
Shaq he went against Mutombo, one of the best defensive centers of all time. I mean, hey, I got to throw it out there. I got to throw it out there.
That motherfucker was 41 years old and had the Zika virus
Hey,
when Shaq
hey,
played him.
ain't he still one of the best defensive centers of all time?
Uh, Not
Yeah.
when
Four
you got the
time,
Zika virus.
four-time defensive player of the year, and Shaq
Mutombo was dehydrated
and
and
and, the,
confused in that whole damn.
and Shaq was running through the twin towers at that time, man. So that counts for something.
And Todd McCullough twice.
Yeah,
And you
but
sitting over here with your pom poms out for that nigga.
I got my pom poms up to that same. He cooked Tom McCullough. He cooked David Robinson and Tim Duncan the same way at the same time. So yeah, that whole way when you cook two of the best defensive big man of all time at the same time, that counts for something. That counts
hmm
for something.
And then
Yeah,
Eric Dampier.
Will Chamberlain never went against top 10 defensive big man at the same time at one time like Shaq did, man. Yeah, I gotta put that in there. So do. And you can argue and say, yeah, I think Akeem Olajuwon is the best defensive big man of all time. So yeah, he went against that too and cooked him and shot 59% for the field on that nigga. Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
you.
you can say that, but when you giving up 32 and
I
12, he
mean,
didn't
you
have
don't.
15.
It,
He had 12.
It's Olajuwon, probably the most skilled. Well, if Wemby keeps it up, it would be Wemby. But right now, Olajuwon's still the best skilled big man of all time. What big man is more skilled than Hakeem Olajuwon?
So you think Jameis Winston throwing 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions is a good thing?
That's not comparable.
It is. Because when you're saying a nigga is giving up 32, but he scores 28, that's a good thing?
I mean, but you add like a third. What third year player you expect to stop the greatest skilled big man of all time?
Quit bringing up his years. His niggas he's
I
getting
mean, that
paid. He's in the
matters.
NBA.
That matters though. That matters.
That matters to you
No, it do matters. It do matter
because
because
it
at the end
don't
of the
matter to
day,
me. It
nah,
don't that doesn't matter
cause
to
you
me.
gotta. What makes you great in the first place is when you go through your ups and downs, when you learn from your failures. That's what makes you great. Anyway,
Okay,
so
so let me ask you
Michael
this
Jordan,
question.
the
Let
legacy
me
of
let
Michael
me
Jordan, wouldn't be where it's at if he didn't go through those failures, through those bumps
two
and bruises
different
with the bad
two
boy
different
Pistons.
types of mindsets, two different types of
Nope.
players. You forget that Rick Smith's got that nigga out the playoffs. You forgot about that, didn't you?
Now you want to bring
So
up Rick Smith,
where's Rick Smith on that defensive center list that you
Reggie
sitting over
Miller
there
first.
holding up in the air like Lion King?
Ain't Shaq had one of his historic finals performances against Rick Smith? Case closed. You need to leave that
Yeah,
alone.
Rick Smith with bad feet. So he's always killing motherfuckers that's already halfway dead. But when they were in their
No.
prime, he couldn't get out the fucking playoffs with them.
And he had Dale Davis and Antonio Davis, one of the best enforcers in the 90s, trying to guard him too. He cooked all three of them bums. So don't sit up
Yes,
there
and still
and
got
say
knocked out the
that.
playoffs.
Nope, they won the
Don't
NBA
move the
championship.
goalpost. Don't move the goalpost to fucking
They
2000.
won.
I'm
They
talking
won the
about
NBA
90 goddamn
championship.
495.
They
You
won
wanna
that.
you wanna skip over that and go directly to the 2000s. What happened in
So
94, 95?
I mean, Shaq was second year in the league. I'm not surprised that he
Oh,
lost
so
to the.
now, oh, I get it. Oh,
I'm
so
not
he's
surprised
dominant
that.
only when you want him to be dominant when he's going up against somebody who's a manager at fucking Coles. But when somebody was in their prime, who's not even on his tier talent wise, oh, that don't count because he was a second year player. Jordan was a second year player, put up fucking 63 against the eventual
I
champions.
mean, if you want to be a nasty motherfucker and bring up a second year player losing to one of the best teams in the East and the Pacers in the '90s, cool, you got that. I ain't gonna argue. I ain't gonna argue with no nigga that's trying to get real nasty like that.
These motherfuckers
That's
lost to the
nasty.
Knicks the next goddamn series, and you're starting to sit up here and talk about how good they fucking were. The Pacers wasn't that team. Shaq
And
just
and
wasn't
mid and
that
mid and
fucking
mid and
dominant.
midtown and midtown breezy. Since you want to bring up Shaq couldn't beat Tim Duncan, he did whoop his ass. He did whoop his ass in '99, 2000. Nigga ran through him, swept him,
And guess
dominated
what?
Timmy.
They
And
lost.
guess
They
what?
got
Guess
swept,
what?
and
And
they
guess what?
stopped their four-peat. That same team that you talking about stopped their fucking four-peat. I don't want to hear about David Robinson. David Robinson was on AARP at that fucking point.
Tim Duncan, the most overrated son of a bitch of all time.
And
I'm
me and
gonna
you
stand
agree
on
on
that.
that. Me, no,
The
no, no,
most
no. Herm, we
overrated son of a bitch ever.
agree on that. But still, that just makes Shaq look even fucking worse.
The Tim Duncan still top 15. He just ain't no top.
That
He
motherfucker
ain't
top
top.
25. I ain't giving him 15.
I give him 15.
This
I ain't
y'all
gonna be that
crazy.
nasty to Tim, but he top 15.
Yeah, that's crazy,
No,
man.
he
That
ain't.
man said not even
Hey,
25.
hey,
This
hey,
is
hey.
crazy.
But we know how many times Tim Duncan ass got because he lost to an eighth seed and they give him a pass for that. They give his ass
And
a pass to lose to the eighth seed, and they give him a pass for getting the bronze medal. But hey, Tim Duncan. Niggas pick and choose. Niggas pick and
Yep,
choose
that's a
when to
fact,
cook niggas
huh?
nowadays.
well,
That's a
you've been
fact,
doing
huh?
it with Shaq.
No, I ain't. I'm just telling the
There we
truth
go.
about. I don't
You
give a
you
damn about
perfect
shit.
you perfectly omitted the fact that fucking Rick Smith cooked his ass in 94, 95. Just to big up his ass and try to go and be like, well, Will Chamberlain lost to
All
such
right,
and such.
since you want to go there, did Paul Presley cook Michael Jordan when the Bucks beat the Bulls?
I could be
Uh
honest and say yes, because he lost the goddamn series. See how consistent I am? But your old capping ass want to sit up there and make
I
Shaq be a
ain't,
goddamn superhero
but
that he
I'm
ain't.
not. I'm
There's
not
plenty
gonna
of
hold
teams,
that.
there's plenty of centers that had kryptonite for Superman. Greg Ostertag is one of them.
Man,
What was that, Herm?
and Tim Duncan, by the way, is not a power forward. Y'all dummies in the chat saying
Nah, he's not a power forward. Tim
A
Duncan's
power
a
forward.
center,
Y'all
man.
lied. The only reason Tim Duncan a
Yeah, he's a
damn
center.
center. The only reason he was afforded to play the power forward position because of David Robinson, man. Outside of
That's
that,
a
that
fact.
that bum.
And he had Tiago Splitter, who's now the coach of the Portland Trailblazers.
Wait, Tiago Splitter is the interim coach of the Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Well, he needs to learn how to bet.
Okay, you go.
He needs to start doing
Hey,
parlays. Shit.
I know me and you had the same birthday, man. You wake up with that on your mind, man. You come with the shits all the time, huh? Man, you try to get me back in my old one. Like, man, this Marte be coming off the top rope, boy.
Hey, that's the only way I know how to be.
This is
But I
crazy.
fucks with Herb. He always comes with his shinobi sword every time me and him talk.
Man, shout out to Hollywood, man. Last night, the Magic beat the Hornets 123 to 117. The Bucks beat the Warriors 120 to
Without
110.
Giannis. Without
Giannis
Giannis.
did not play. Yeah, but I know without Giannis. And you know what? I know I find it very interesting too. I know how the media like to do too. I know y'all mad that Giannis didn't go anywhere. I know y'all be putting out these fake reports that he was going in, that he was whatever. Y'all still ain't giving Milwaukee no kind of credit. Y'all ain't even giving OKC nothing. They the champions. First thing y'all do is talk about the Lakers. Like, man, stop. The Lakers ain't going nowhere. Nowhere.
Look, I feel like this. Once they get, and let's say everybody comes back, LeBron comes back, Luka comes back healthy. Austin Reeves
Hmm.
and Luka are not going to look the same with LeBron James on the court. It just that's never happened. He is
But see, them
Galactus. He fucking absorbs everybody's natural resource for his game.
you see, he's like, hold on, did you just refer to that Marvel character, man? Go.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, hey, he got so many
Tell me how he's
nicknames,
not
man.
Galactus. Every time this nigga
Hey,
go to a franchise, he absorbs draft picks, talent. As long as he got his numbers, he's cool.
hey, but when I said it on this channel when he signed with the Lakers, I was the biggest Laker hater. I don't know basketball, and I don't care for nothing, man. This experiment with the Lakers has been waste management, dumpster fire. Period. The Lakers, the Lakers are in shambles right now, and everybody really believing DeAndre Ayton is the savior. Why? So he can be another skate. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. So but it's just what it is. But yeah, but the standings right now, currently the NBA standings are: the Bulls is 4-0, the Sixers are 4-0. This is the East. Milwaukee is 4-1. Miami Heat is 3-2. The Cavaliers are 3-2. The Pistons are 3-2. The Hawks, I mean the Knicks are 2-2. The Hawks are 2-3. The Hawks, yeah, they're 2-3. The Hornets are 2-3. The Celtics are 2-3. The Magic is 2-4. The Raptors are 1-4. The Wizards are 1-4. The Pacers are 0-4, and the Brooklyn Nets is 0-5. In the West, you got the champs, the Thunder, they're 6-0. The Spurs, they're the two, they're 5-0. This is still early in the season. Everything changes in the click of a hat. Then you got the Warriors, they're 4-2. The Trailblazers are 3-2, they're the five. The Lakers are 3-2, they six. Memphis is 3-2. The Jazz are 2-2. The Clippers are 2-2. The Rockets are 2-2. The Minnesota Timberwolves is 2-3. The Mavericks is 2-3. The Suns is 1-4. The Kings is 1-4, and the Pelicans are 0-4. So they got one, two. They got so far. The West got 11 through 15. They're not 500. As in the East, you have one, two, three, four, five, six teams under 500. So the West is
But it's
going.
still
It's going to
early
be.
though, because you
Yes,
do
sir.
know they haven't started doing that in season tournament shit yet.
Man, don't even get me started, man, about that in-season tournament crap. They need to get that nonsense up out of there. They don't stole that from the Euro League and try to put it in their league. Well, let me see the NBA Cup. Okay, I'm gonna see how this. All right, this is the groups, right? The Western group, Group A, is Thunder, Timberwolves, Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, Utah Jazz. West Group B, Los Angeles Lakers, LA Clippers, Memphis Grizzlies, Dallas, New Orleans Pelicans. Group C, Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, Golden State Warriors, Portland Trailblazers, San Antonio Spurs. In the East, Group A, Cavaliers, Pacers, Hawks, Raptors, Wizards. Group B, East, Celtics, Pistons, Magic, Nets, Sixers. Group C, Knicks, Bucks, Bulls, Miami, Hornets. Which one you think is the toughest?
Dude, I don't know. This sounds like a soccer bracket, and it's confusing because they only play on what Tuesdays and Fridays.
And they playing it earlier this season than it normally do too. It starts tonight and it starts tonight and continues through November 28th. Which team will play for? Group games on designated cup nights. One game against each opponent in this group with two games at home and two on the road. 8 games will advance to knockout rounds. The team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 groups, and one wild card team from each conference. The wild card will be the team from each conference with the best record in group play games that finish second in its group.
Look, that sounds like the rules to Uno. No mercy. I don't understand it. So
I
you
don't
know,
know either.
I'll just wait to see which team is going to go to Vegas, and that now that game in Vegas has even more meaning because who's going to get in trouble in Vegas? And now I'm looking at the referees even more closely because next time I see a bullshit call, I'm gonna be like, did he do a parlay?
Man, you seen the report. They only got 2 referees that's actually good, so the rest is all crooked. So every referee I see on there is crooked, right? Allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
And this is another thing that y'all fanboys, y'all new generation gotta stop saying. You can't say they cheated for this, they cheated for Mike, they be changing rules for y'all players in this era from '04, '05, all the way to this present day, to this day. Defense. That's why all these teams are scoring all these points, 130, and 130, 140 games, not even going in overtime. It's crazy. And then in the playoffs, it's just gonna be. Then that's when they want to start changing. They've been changing, and they're changing these. Man, they changing these. Man, I don't understand this, man. And another thing too, them 2 new rule changes, it benefits teams though, 'cause now all these teams shoot more free throws. Every team is.
Yeah, but do you want to see a free throw shooting contest and a 3-point shooting contest every game?
That's all you get now.
Layup, free throw, 3. Yay! NBA is fantastic. That's crazy.
hmm But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. Old head, about to get up out of here. Um, I'm about to make me some breakfast right quick. Hey, man, I'll be on at 9 o'clock, man, my time. So it'll be 11 your time.
All right, man. Hey, salute Ticket, salute Hollywood Herm and everybody on the panel, man. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all want to tune in to Old Head Podcast? It'll be 9 o'clock West Coast time. All I gotta do is type in Old Head Podcast. We're gonna be live. I'll holler at y'all later. Salute to my brother Ticket. Shout out to everybody around there basketball community, man. Shout out to my boy Herm too, man. We out.